Hello, and welcome back to my podcast, Delusional Chaos. And this is the podcast where I dive into all weird yet beautiful layers of life. And this episode is going to be about self-regulation and positive self-beliefs or self-talk. So let me just get into the first topic, but before I do that, you can like, comment and subscribe for more content just like this. And I will be filming the podcast outside today because it's lovely weather outside, and I thought this would be the perfect time to get out and film a pod. So let me just get into our first topic of today. So the first topic is in self-regulation, and it is about learning your boundaries and a balance. And I would say that it's really important to figure out your boundaries. You can figure these out by thinking about what you like, what you don't like, and what you would change about things, and how to make your life like a little bit more easier. And it takes time to fully figure them out and put them into practice, but they are constantly changing and evolving as life changes and you get older. And finding a balance in your life that works for you helps you stay regulated, because if you're juggling too many things at once, it's harder to stabilize yourself. This is again something which is personal to you, and we all have different boundaries and different effort levels, so it's definitely important to figure out your boundaries and what your inner calm is. And another subtopic into self-regulation is taking care of yourself fully. And a key part in self-regulation is taking care of yourself mentally, physically and emotionally, and it's all about listening to what your body needs. So it's always recommended to do the basics, so a healthy and balanced diet, exercise and a good night's sleep. And somebody that has doubted with the truth in all of these being actually helpful, there is actually a lot of science behind it. I feel best when I'm doing these things, because if I'm really taking care of myself, I feel a lot more stable and regulated, and I just am taking care of myself in ways that I want people to look after me, or I am just doing it for my health and for a better, healthier future for myself. But another part of self-regulation is self-care, and I've spoken a lot about self-care on my channel before and its importance. But it gives you an opportunity to fully invest time back into you and your health. And I love a self-care night. I try and do these like a couple times a week, just because I love them so much and they make me feel so much better. So during a busy work week, I try to fit in self-care throughout the week, and I've been really good with getting into a night routine. And so I'm just doing my journaling that I need to do, doing my hair, brushing my teeth, doing my skin routine, and just making sure that I get 8 hours of sleep at least each night. I also like to give myself time to reflect on my day during my night routine. And other than that, I kind of like to do my face and eye masks. I like to paint and do my nails and put cuticle oil on them. And I like to moisturize, exfoliate, do my eyebrows and my lashes. And yeah, I just think it's really important to do these little things to make you have a little bit of confidence boost, or just to put time back into you. And it really helps me self-regulate when I'm doing the little things for myself. And yeah, I would definitely recommend doing them to help you feel a little bit more regulated too. And next, going into the topic of positive self-talk / belief. And another way that I regulate myself is through positive self-talk and belief. And the way that you talk to yourself and the way that you perceive things and the way that you think about yourself and kind of like the attitude that you have to things really shapes your reality. And positive self-talk can really help with negative mindsets and negative self-esteem. It's important to remember that we are all trying our best and to learn from our mistakes, because when things are tough or overwhelming, reminding yourself of your worth and your value truly works wonders. It creates a safe space for your emotions to exist and be understood, and instead of fighting them or hating yourself for them, you can find compassion for them instead. And it isn't uncomfortable for most people to make the shift from negativity to compassion, and I know this because of personal experience and just from people that I spoke to and people online, things that I've heard from other people. But it makes such a big difference making that shift. The hard work really does pay off, and things do start to get a lot easier, and you start to gain or regain confidence in yourself again. You feel a lot more confident in handling situations that you couldn't before and life in general. And next I'll be talking about some affirmations and some mantras that you can use in your life to help. So here are some affirmations, and I am going to write them up on the screen as well. So I'll just put them here. So, I am enough as I am while still growing. I trust myself to handle what comes my way. My feelings are valid even if others don't understand them. I don't need to have everything figured out right now. I release what I can't control. I am learning and growing from my experiences. I am capable of creating the life that I want. Then going into mantras, I've got 3 mantras here, and they aren't anything specific to like Buddhism or anything like that. They're just little mantras that you can say when you need a little pick-me-up. And the ones that I have chosen are: in this moment, I am okay. I am here. I am safe. I am secure within myself. And those are my 3 mantras. Let me know in the comments which one you find the most useful and which ones that you like the most. And if you added any more in the comments, just let me know. And yeah, that is the end to my positive self-talk and self-regulation podcast. And if you enjoyed today's video or today's podcast, then make sure you give it a like, comment and subscribe. And until the next episode, stay delusional, embrace the chaos, and I will see you again for another episode. Bye.